And the reason I founded my wellness company is because I really felt like that in spite of all the information that's out there on the internet, people needed help and guidance and education on what it would take to create a legacy of health for their families. And what I want to share with you today is that I know that it's overwhelming. I know that it is difficult when you look at, where you are to maybe where you want to be, especially if you're dealing with some health challenges right now. But I'm here to just encourage you. I want you to think about and joining me in a journey called 50 Weeks. I'm typing it out, and 50 New Habits. 50 weeks and 50 new habits. Now, I know that it's difficult to change, and here's the deal. You know what to do to be healthy. Really, you do. I mean, it's out there. You have to eat the right foods. You have to move more. That you have to, reduce stress in your life. We know that, but how hard is it? I mean, honestly, if we think about all the things that we think we need to do to be healthy, it can become so overwhelming that we just stop. We just stop and say, I can't do this. It's too hard. Well, I'm here to tell you that you can do it. You can do it if you'll start today. If you'll start by making some very simple changes today. Don't try to do it all at once. Don't try to eat the whole elephant today. If you try, you'll stop in the middle, be too full, and you can't do it. So what I'm going to encourage you to do is go on a journey with me for the next, it's going to sound like a long time, it's a year, for the next 50 weeks. What if you could change one thing, just one thing every week in your lifestyle that would impact your health over a period of time? You see, when we get a diagnosis of, I won't even say, the big C, the big A, the big D, you get those diagnoses and you think, what caused it? What caused it? Well, there's no way anyone can answer that. And the reason is because we can't tell you what caused it, because it wasn't one thing. It was a combination of things over a period of time. And that's why there will never be a cure for any of these diseases, ever. Stop trying to think there will be. Stop thinking that there'll ever be a cure, because the cure is already here for all of those diseases. It is prevention. It is prevention. So how do we prevent it? Well, we've got to make some changes. The first most important change that you must make, write this down. The number one thing that you must do to change not just your health, but the health legacy. See, because for every one of us, there are people watching us. There are people that we are influencing. It might be our spouse. It might be our children. It might be our parents. It might be a niece or a nephew, an aunt, an uncle. There's someone that you are impacting. And you're either teaching them how to live healthy or how to live with disease. And the reason you're teaching that is because our lives are a testimony. Our lives educate other people. And when we're healthy and can show them what we do to create that healthy lifestyle, now we're teaching them how to live healthy. But if we have allowed ourselves to get caught up in disease, which is easy to do, I want you to know that I'm not judging anyone, because I've been there. My son, Robbie, disease for 22 years. And I certainly wouldn't want anyone to judge me and say, oh, she's not doing the right things. Because I took him to the doctors. I took him to the experts in the medical world. I took him to homeopathic doctors after that. I took him to, nutritionists. I was doing everything. And I honestly was in a bit of overwhelm. And at the end of the day, I'm grateful that I found this simple protocol, if you will, that really works. But it starts with making up your mind. Make up your mind that you're going to end this year better than it started. You see, I'm 58 years old. I own several businesses. I'm healthier today at 58 than I've ever been in my entire life. But I believe actually that I'm not as healthy as I can be and will be even a year from now. I know that to be the case. I'm not in perfect health. I don't think anyone can say they are. But I will say I'm in better health than I was when I was 30 and 20. And I'm in better health than most people, 99% of the population that are 58 years old. I have more energy than anyone I even know. Very few people that I know have more energy than me. I sleep deeply. I do get 5 to 8 hours of sleep every night, deep sleep. I wake up feeling good, no headaches. I'm on no medications. I have no pain anywhere in my body. And listen, at 58 years old to say that, I think that's a pretty strong testimony. It's not like I've never been in a car wreck. I have been. It's not like I fell down the stairs at 45 years old and did some damage, but not permanent because I knew what to do. So I've had my share. I mean, when I started really my health journey, really, it was in April of 2007. Well, at the time, I was dealing with carpal tunnel pain in both my hands and arms, depression, anxiety, panic anxiety attacks, hormonal imbalance, low energy, no insomnia, and probably a few more things if I could think about it. But I began to take some steps. Now, I'm going to lead you in a journey that's doable. And what I'm going to do is every single week, I'm going to introduce a new habit. And if you'll just follow along and do that one habit every week. Now, some of you are going to get excited and feel better even the first week if you do what I teach you to do. And you might want to change a couple of other things. That's okay. Get ahead of me. I don't care. But for those of you who have tried so many things and you've got a fear of failure and you think this will never work for me, I want you to just trust me and try this one thing a week. One thing a week. At the end of 50 weeks, at the least, you should have 25 new real habits. Because some of the things I'm going to share with you won't end up doing. I know that life gets in the way. Some things will be a habit for a little while and then will go away. I know that'll happen. That's okay. Give yourself a little break about that. But what I do know is that with even 10 new habits or 20 or 25 new habits, what's going to happen is you're going to feel so much better. You're going to be healthier. You're going to be in a better place. And the people around you who are important to you are going to see the differences and they're going to want it too. And you can teach them or just connect them to my Facebook page or whatever you want to do. But I really feel like the Lord has imparted this gifting in me to educate, to motivate, to teach, to train. And I want to be really truthful with you. I've not done this in the past because I was concerned about my time. I was concerned about how many people would be, interested. I was concerned that I would only get a couple of views, and I didn't want to do that. But God really just imparted this in me that if I can change one family, then that one family will impact at least 10 other people. And those 10 will impact 10 each, which means there's 100 families impacted. And when 100 families are impacted and they reach out and touch 10 more families, that's 1,000. So it doesn't matter to me if I get 1 view or 1,000 views or 1,000,000 views. I know that the time has come that we must put take our heads out of the sand, put our stake in the ground and say, no more, not on my watch. I'm going to get mad about cancer. That is, make a decision that cancer won't touch me or the ones I love. I'm going to get mad about Alzheimer's. That is, make a decision that Alzheimer's will not touch me or the ones I love. I'm going to get mad about diabetes. I'm going to get mad about heart attack. And these are the things that we can control, but we have to make up our mind. So week 1 or day 1 of week 1 is make up your mind. This past weekend, I went to a seminar, a 3-day seminar, and it was with some very successful people that were teaching the seminar. There were 5 teachers and probably 100 students. And what I noticed over the 3 days, because I noticed these things, is that the people that were financially successful which were the teachers, because trust me, they're compared to the teachers, there was no one in the room that came close to being financially as successful as they were. And there were people of all, like there were some people in the room that should have been successful. These were not loser people. These were people that spent $1,000 to go to the seminar, so they had money. So I'm saying this to say this. I noticed that the more successful someone was financially, the more they controlled their eating habits. I watch people's eating habits around me. And everyone in the room, all of the students, and I took survey, each student after lunch had a dessert plate in front of them that they were eating. I noticed that the instructors did not eat very much at all during the meal, and they only made wise choices. And they looked healthy. And then I noticed that they ate small portions, and that could be part of it. Could be because they were the presenters, and it was hard to talk and eat, and they were doing a lot of talking still, even at lunch. It was a working lunch. But I noticed that every participant gobbled down their plate. It was a buffet, and there were some good choices and bad choices on that buffet. And so I noticed that, and then I noticed that none of the instructors ate any dessert. None of them had dessert in front of them. They had water for hydration. They had some healthy snacks sitting in front of them. And I was impressed by that, because what I know is that the more successful you are, you can be more successful in every area of your life if you're healthy, and vice versa. So which comes first, the chicken or the egg? Well, it's both, because in order to be successful in any area of your life, you do have to be healthy, to have the energy to run a business, to have the energy to be, to do what needs to happen. I think that what happens is that successful people make up their mind to change their habits, and they're more disciplined. So I'm actually going to post it here in a few moments that pictures of some of the food that was given to us and the dessert that I said no to. And I'm not going to lie to you. I actually one morning got the dessert, put it in front of me, looked around me, saw everybody gobbling it up, and I actually offered it to someone else who didn't get a dessert, and they took it. And I was very proud of that moment, because very easily I could have slidden down that path of least resistance, and nobody was there to judge me, so I could have done it. But it just is so important. I brought healthy snacks. I ate some healthy snacks before lunch, so I wasn't starving when they broke for lunch. I had, if you want to know what I had celery and hummus. And I also had, oh goodness, what else did I bring? I'll go back and post what I brought. I can't even remember. But I've, so a Ziploc bag of nuts, things that would keep my energy level high, my brain clear, and of course I was drinking lots of water. Now, again, this is generational health 201, not 101. I'm just telling you that it's possible. I didn't feel like I missed a thing. I feel good about myself on Monday morning because I didn't binge over the weekend. Now I don't have to live with that guilt, and it's just so important. So today starts 50 weeks, 50 new habits. Each week, every day, I'm gonna focus on one habit that I want you to change, and just do one post as early in the day that I can to remind you and help you be accountable. I'm going to be really honest here. I don't have time to answer a lot of questions. And this is one of the reasons I didn't want to do this to begin with, because I knew I couldn't really dig in and answer a lot of questions. I'll do my best. But I just know that with 1 in 3 women being diagnosed with cancer in their lifetime, 1 in 2 men, and Alzheimer's on the rise, and diabetes, and all of those diseases, and our children dying of cancer. It's the #1 killer of our children. And now I'm all about pet health and disease because of my puppy dog Scout. So we got to educate. We got to change. We have to make some decisions. So today, I hope you'll join me and make the decision. If you want to tag someone, I think they have to like my page first, and then you can tag them. But you can certainly share this video and encourage people to go to my page, Tracee Randall, and like it, and to join me on this 50-week journey into miracle territory with our health. Let's create a generational legacy of health that will never change, that will impact thousands and thousands and thousands of lives and turn this damn epidemic around. Please excuse my language, but I'm so mad. I'm so mad about what's happening to the people around me that I love and care about, and it is time to change. I love you guys. Bye, everybody.